Hey there, it's Keith Hayden, the digital novelist, back with day 5 of my Learn Korean challenge with only AI. This is all part of an experiment to document how it is to actually learn languages in the age of AI using only AI tools, putting them to the test and seeing how far I can get in just 30 days. If you want more information, you can head to my website where this time the link works. To Tower Babbling 2.0, this is an updated version of my first novel, all about how to learn any language. You don't have to learn Korean, but I just chose Korean for this challenge just because, K pop Demon Hunters, it's so popular right now. So I figured I've been to Korea several times, but I never learned the language. So now I'm doing that. You can follow along. And I encourage you, if you're interested in this, to see how I'm doing and checking out different AI systems and workflows. Then go back and check out the rest of the challenge um, the other days, the previous days, because the playlist, it's all here on my website, keithhayden.net, link in the description. Okay, so day 5. Day 5 was my first day writing. I woke up this morning and I decided to hit Korean first thing in the morning instead of waiting until the end of the day when I'm super tired. And so I started with ChatGPT and I asked, hey, what should I do for day 5? And it immediately gave me some, I was like, I want to do some writing practice today. So that meant I needed to actually set up writing on my computer, which chewed up a good 5 to 10 minutes of my time. So I kind of started the clock late, but the whole thing took about 40 minutes to get through the session and get the writing installed. One of the big challenges of writing in a foreign script is figuring out the keys on what key corresponds to which Korean letter. It's really a puzzle that you have to kind of think 3 different ways at once. You've got to think about the Korean that you're writing. You've got to think about the letters on the keyboard, but then you've got to not think about the actual keys that you're pressing, which are, of course, English letters. And as an added complexity, my keyboard is a Japanese keyboard. So it has English QWERTY keys, and then it has the Japanese hiragana on there. So I bought it in Japan. It was like 500 yen. I bought it at a secondhand store. Fantastic deal, but it's a learning curve. So you got like 3 languages on that in my head, like at the same time. Ignore the Japanese, ignore the English. We want to focus on the Korean and the actual keys. So this session started with a review, and I reviewed with Google Gemini. This entire session I just did with Gemini. Gemini is just, when it comes to language learning, it was built for this. It was made for this. I probably will test other AI systems, but honestly, Gemini is just a heat when it comes to this. It's great at pronouncing things. It's great, like I mentioned in the last video, it's great at scaffolding things. And then today, the best part was that it was great at guiding me through this practice. So you can see it gave me this legend of, okay, this key corresponds with this Korean letter and that key. And what was cool was, as I was doing my writing practice, not only did I take the drills that I practiced, that I reviewed, I spoke them in my review, but then I went over to the writing practice, and I think I'm in the wrong. Where's my writing practice? Okay, here it is. You can see an example here of where, it's telling me, here's how you type this sentence. And I wanted to learn how to say novelist because that's what I am. Sosura, sosura. And so to write this, here's the keys that you press. And this, I can't stress enough how much of a big deal. This may not look like much to you, but I can't stress enough how big of a deal this is, because it you're just playing a guessing game. It's like trying to solve a puzzle in a video game where you don't really know until you test out, like, okay, what does this lever do? What does that switch do? And you just have to kind of trial and error it. And that's how I've tried writing several different languages using this keyboard in the last several years. And it's a real pain in the ass. But this really just, I didn't have to worry about that. I knew exactly what keys to press, so I could just focus on getting the Korean on the screen. And I love writing. A lot of people will skip writing when it comes to language learning because, you think like, why do I need to write? Type, of course. You definitely don't need to handwrite Korean unless you're like living in Korea and you want to like pass notes or something. But it's all digital now. So when I mean writing, I mean typing and then typing on the phone. But a lot of people skip it because it is a lot of extra work to, why go through this pain to do something that, you may not know how to do. But I like being able to get the visual connection to the sound of the word, and that makes it lock in because now it's not just sounds that I'm repeating, it's actually a visual of, okay, I know how that word looks in Korean script, not just in English script or in Roman script. So it just locks in more. And then the act of writing it out, I've always been this way. The act of writing it out just seals it in my mind more. And this is, you know, I don't have any studies to prove this, but I'm sure it's backed by science that it's just you have more time, more exposure to the language by writing it out. Yes, it's a pain. Do you probably, I'm not going to go to any Korean school, so I probably don't need to learn how to write, but at the same time, it's just a very viable another avenue to take what I already know, the basic phrases, and then actually seal them in further into my mind. So that was it for today. It was just the review and the writing after I got through the installing it on my computer. And I like to switch off with my writing. This is just kind of a pro tip for my technique of learning how to write because a lot of writing is done on the phone these days. That's just the way it is. So it's a lot easier to type on the phone than it is on the computer on desktop because you get shortcuts. You get it's just tapping and sliding. They make it really simple. The keyboard is very intuitive. It's the same in Japanese. So bottom line is don't be intimidated by writing. If you have you probably have a regular, QWERTY English keyboard, then all you have to do is download the pack. I have Windows, so I download the language pack. It gives you everything you need. And then just, that's the great thing. Like, I remember just probably like earlier this year, Googling like the instruction manual for my Japanese keyboard to figure out which keys I should press. Talk about what the fuck, a nightmare, right? So now I don't have to do that. AI can just bypass that technical hurdle. And this is one of the great things about having AI as a tutor, that a human Korean teacher would probably struggle with this. Like he or she probably wouldn't know like exactly what keys to press or whatever, because they'd probably be using a Korean keyboard. So it's just second nature to them. But this is one of those instances where AI it really comes out on top as far as that, okay, it can explain this to you and you can just not even worry about this technical hurdle and focus on what you're trying to do, which is input the language and get it sealed in. So that's it for this recap. Thanks for joining me on this journey. And if you are interested in following along, then head to my website, and I'm posting also other just bonuses related to this. And then I want to get your input into this challenge as well. Are you learning Korean? Have you tried it with AI? What do you think? Are you Korean and you're like, what is this black guy doing? What is this brother doing over there? And would you like to weigh in on this? Let me know in the comments what you think about this whole system and learning languages with AI. Maybe you're learning English with AI if you're Korean. That could be a great twist to add, because I'm going to be documenting all of this in the book, Tower of Babbling 2.0. That's it for today. See you tomorrow.